What was once the Polk County Courthouse now serves as the Polk History Center and houses the Historical Museum and Library. The museum serves Polk's community through special events, volunteer opportunities, and educational programs. The museum's exhibits and programs continue to grow and change as new information and artifacts become available. On our program, people regularly hear about upcoming exhibits at the History Center. Today, our audience will learn about other opportunities to experience Polk County history. More details are coming up on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Tina Mann, and joining me here in the studio are Murtis Young, the Historic Preservation Manager at the Polk County History Center.
Hi, Tina.
And also Harriet Russ, who is the President and founding member of the Davenport Historical Society.
It's good to be here.
Welcome to the show today. I'm excited to have a new guest today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what Davenport's experiencing in their centennial?
Well, we have already celebrated our centennial in many ways, but we're also doing more toward the end of the year, some more grand things. I'm actually a fifth generation Floridian and a second generation Polk Countyan. And so that makes me really interested in the history of the entire county. And we work so well with Murtis that she's become a very close friend, as well as being involved in all of the history that we do. Our largest event probably is going to be our Horse Creek event, which will be November 13th and 14th from 9 to 4, and it's in the Historic District, which is near our City Hall. We also have an invitational heritage art show, which is going to be larger this year, and we're going to feature some second generation highwaymen, the original Florida highwaymen, and it's their sons and daughters will be involved this year, which is great for our celebration.
Okay, for those who don't know, what is a highwayman?
A highwayman, the original Florida highwaymen, there were 26, and they were African Americans that lived mainly down to the southeast, and they painted during the week, and then they sold their art out of the trunks of their cars for maybe $25 or something. Now they're much more pricey, and we have a great event in March, and the original highwaymen, 9 of them are usually at that event. So we're very excited that their second generation is coming to this heritage show.
Excellent. So for our viewers, what can they expect at the Horse Creek Festival?
Well, we have the Horse Creek Corral, which includes horses and cattle, and one of our 4-H leaders in the county cooks over an open fire, and so you can taste some original recipes. And then we have the original cowboy poet, which always sets up a beautiful display and has great poetry, and everyone likes that, every age. We also have a mini free tea, and that features our quilts and also features Linda Chansey, who will be doing the first person role of Aunt Sally Jacob. Aunt Sally was our first postmaster when we were actually Horse Creek, not Davenport.
Oh, excellent. I always love hearing about our different communities around Polk County because a lot of residents don't know that there are historical societies in most of these places where they can get information and have learning opportunities and things like that. So if they need any more information about the Horse Creek Festival, they can actually go to the Horse Creek website, which is horsecreekfestival.org.
Correct.
Or they can call either 863-419-3300 or 258-7800.
That's right.
All right. Well, I know that PGTV has also been out to Davenport with working on some Heritage Trail segments for you guys. So if they want more information on that, they can visit us on our YouTube. So, and now Murtis, October's a busy month because we're starting into the holidays.
October is a busy month. It's also a really special month. October is our favorite family history month. So to give everybody a chance to celebrate and commemorate the fact that it's Family History Month, we're going to have some activities in the genealogical library. So staff there can work with families, our adults and our young learners, and they can actually do a little work on trying to trace some of their family lineage. So October Family History Month.
That's excellent. And the genealogical library will actually help you research your family and has accounts with Ancestry.com.
Yes, that's correct. A lot of resources. I don't think people realize the Historical and Genealogical Library contains a very extensive collection to assist with historical research or genealogical research. Actually, I think it's probably one of the largest in the southeastern United States.
And that includes genealogical research outside of Polk County. You don't actually have to be originally from Polk County to be able to get that information.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That sounds really fun. Now, what I know my kids are looking forward to is the Family Fun Day for October.
Wow. Jamie Jameson, our Curator of Education and Programming, she really just got absolutely wrapped up in fun for Halloween. So we're going to do Halloween-themed events. The first thing she's going to do, we're going to discover costume ideas that are related to historic Florida, and then you're going to be able to decorate your very own trick-or-treat bag, and then use your detective skills to match historic Halloween photographs to a specific time period. And then, this is so cute, I'm in love with this. She is going to help our young learners create a family genealogy, trace their genealogy by completing a family pumpkin patch.
Which goes along with
Don't you want to come and do that? I want to do that.
And it's really cute too.
If all those activities get a little bit too much for you and you need a break, she has a Halloween appropriate movie that we will be showing up in the 1926 courtroom, so you can take in a little movie while you're in between creating trick-or-treat bags and creating ideas for costumes.
While you're up there, you can just mosey on into the genealogical library.
That's right. Do some research for your family pumpkin patch.
And so that's actually on October 10th.
Yes.
As usual, it's from 10 a.m. to noon. So after that, we have our architectural tour coming up.
We do. That's October 17th, and it's the tour to provide people an opportunity to learn special things about the architecture of the building, both the interior and the exterior. And I might mention that on October 5th, we will begin a new project, which is the conclusion of completing the exterior repairs. We did the pointing, and now we'll be doing painting. So October 5th, and I think that project is scheduled to last for about a month. Might be a little bit longer. We'll be painting the building.
Excellent. Got to keep our
Gotta keep it beautiful.
Landmark looking beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Of course, then we have on the 20th, we have Lunch and Learn from 12:15 to 1. And then upcoming on the 22nd, we actually have a new exhibit coming for the way we worked. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
The Way We Worked is an exhibit that's opening in Mulberry. It's going to be hosted at the Mulberry Phosphate Museum. It is sponsored by the Florida Humanities Council. It's part of the Museum on Main Street's exhibits, and it is an exhibit that is about well, really, it's about stories of people and the way we worked in the early days, I guess, of employment in the United States. So we hope everybody get over to the Mulberry Phosphate Museum, drop in and check that out.
One more of our local historical resources that just like this is Historical Society. It's just another place that people really should check out. Of course, our book club for October, what is the recommended reading for that?
We absolutely love finding books for our partners to read, so we thought this month it'd be a nice time to feature Henry Flagler. So the book we're recommending is Last Train to Paradise, Henry Flagler and the Spectacular Rise and Fall of the Railroad That Crossed an Ocean, and this is by Les Standiford. So we're hoping that everybody will take a ride on the train and go back and visit the time when Henry Flagler was around.
And you mentioned Jamie Jameson earlier, who's the Curator of Education and Programming. I know that she's getting in her groove there at the museum, and so they're actually going to be starting to do cemetery tours by request again. Why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, we do a walking tour from the museum to the historic Oak Hill Cemetery. And what happens is you meet at the History Center at 10 o'clock and get a little bit of a history lesson. We walk across the street over to Fort Blount Park, and we talk about the historic columns and the markers that are in Fort Blount Park. We continue the tour on past the Mann Mansion, and then wind up at the Oak Hill Cemetery and have a historic tour through the Oak Hill Cemetery.
It's
fun. We did have a group this past Saturday. It was not exactly the fall weather we were hoping, but we had a good time. So we thought until it's really cool, we'd like to encourage everybody to consider that as an option, and we'll do that by request.
That is neat. Okay. We talk often about, your permanent exhibits at the museum, or, the temporary exhibit at the museum. But I don't think we've ever mentioned when you guys have a chance to partner with the community and community galleries. You actually have one coming up. Why don't you tell us about community galleries and what we have coming up?
Thank you, Tina. This is something that I'm glad we have a chance to focus on this exhibit. At the History Center, one of the changing exhibits that we offer, a gallery we offer, is our community gallery. And the purpose of that is to provide opportunities for people in the community to come in, and we help them curate an exhibit to tell a story of something that they have of interest. So October 1st, we're opening a new exhibit. It's 4 decades of phenomenal service, leadership, philanthropy, and cultural enrichment. And this is offered by Kappa Omicron Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Inc. And what they'll be doing is they'll set up a media presentation. They'll have some scrapbooks and some photographs and articles, and I think some jewelry and fashion items that they will use to tell the story of their service and leadership through the period of time that that this sorority has been involved. So we hope that everybody will have a chance to come see that. That will be in place October 1st through, I think, about the end of December.
Excellent.
But again, and we really do encourage people to think about, tell your historical story, have an exhibit at the Polk County History Center, call Maria Tripp, our curator of education, our curator of exhibits, and then she'll be able to talk with you about the utilization of that space for your very own exhibit.
Sounds like fun. Speaking of December, you mentioned it. My favorite, absolute favorite event at the History Center is the Festival of Wreaths, and the wreaths will be available very soon for anybody who wants to decorate them.
Oh my goodness, this is our 5th consecutive year for the Festival of Wreaths, and it is just absolutely so exciting for us, because by offering the wreaths to the community and inviting them to decorate a museum quality wreath, we display those. The display opens on November 20th at the Magic of Main Lighting, and they are on display in the museum until the 2nd week of December. The really nice thing about it is through their auction, the wreaths are auctioned, and that provides a little financial support to help support our programming, and particularly the Lunch and Learn series. The other thing that is so special about it is that our special partners, like the Davenport Historical Society, Ms. Harriet Rust, who's very talented, decorate wreaths in their own style, their own design, bring them in, and all those beautiful large doors are covered with these spectacular wreaths to decorate the building for the season. People love it. I love it. It's really an exciting time.
It is, and I was seeing the bidding get quite fierce last year, and I know that I, helped with all that process, and the ones that sold the best were your most traditional wreaths. So those are the ones that are most encouraged, are the big traditional ones that people just would love to have on display in their house. So looking forward to it. So if they want to get a wreath to decorate, or 2 if they want to do a double door with matching wreaths, they can actually contact
just contact the History Center. Call, anybody can help. Lois Sherrouse Murphy is going to be probably the contact person in terms of picking up the wreath, and she'll be collecting them once they're decorated. 534-4386.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, we have our ongoing exhibits in place.
We do. In place right now, and they're temporary, but they're in for an extended period of time, is Very Much a Lady, the lifestyle and fashion of the proper women from 1900 to 1920. We also have good reasons, we do have good reasons for everything we do, Tina. Good reasons for good roads, and that's the Dixie Highway at 100 years, and the story of early tourism in Polk County. And then, of course, Victory, Florida 70, which is commemorating the 70th anniversary of the end of World War II.
So many good things going on, and they should come out and visit.
We hope so.
And visit the Davenport Historical Society as well.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for coming out today. It was truly a pleasure.
Thank you, Tina.
The museum's collection includes natural and cultural objects related to Polk and the greater Central Florida area that represent our history from pre-Columbian to present-day eras. The artifacts on display at the museum represent individuals, cultural groups, and events significant to the region. Located at 100 East Main Street in Bartow, the History Center is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information about exhibits and events, you can check them out on the web at polkhistorycenter.org or give them a call at 863-534-4386.